All right. So the next example of synthetic division, it's that we have this thing called K, which is an unknown number right here, which we have to find out. And the quest is that we need to find out what the K is. We need to find out what the K is using synthetic division, given that x minus 3 is a factor. Now, let's um, let's get something clear right here about our terminology. Now, if you did not watch the very first video about long division, I mentioned something about factor. When you consider something as a factor, it has to fulfill one of the two requirements. One, it has to be divisible, or actually, I mean, by extending that statement that it is divisible, it means that the remainder has to be 0. Okay, the remainder has to be 0, right? So this is the idea behind this whole setup. Okay, is that x minus 3 is a factor. So if I want to find out, okay, if I want to find out what k is, I can simply um, go ahead and use synthetic division and find out the remainder, which should be 0, right? So I'm going to show you how things are done. So again, we would just go ahead and write down the coefficients and constants, and also make sure that we have every single term right here, and we do, so that's nice. So then on the left-hand side, what are we going to put in here? We're going to put in 3. Okay, I'm going to put in 3 right here. Let me go ahead and make the line more horizontal, since I could. We always bring down the first number, so 2 comes down. 2 times 3 is 6. All right, and then -3 plus 6 will be a positive 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So we have here now. This is where things are going to be a little bit strange, yet it's going to require your full attention. Well, what do we say about these two numbers? They are going to add. So what do you write? K plus 9. One hot mistake, okay, from last year was that when they saw K and 9, they put 9K. And I was like, oh, no. They're supposed to add together. No. All right, so make sure you do that, okay? And then, well, do the same thing, okay? So one thing about math, learning math, is that like you may see things that look different, but that doesn't alter the concept or the procedure. You just keep doing it. So 3 times k plus 9, it's 3k plus 27. Make sure that you distribute the 3 to both terms. I think some students, they would miss out distributing the second term. That's not good. All right, and then we go ahead and add these two together. We've got 3k plus 21, okay? And what do we know? It's a factor, right? So the remainder must be 0. So now 3k plus 21, it's equal to 0. What must k be? K must be -7, right? You gotta have -21 plus 21 to get you 0. So k must be -7. Okay, that's it. Done. Okay, done. So what are we trying to see here? It's to well, first, do you know how to do synthetic division? Number 1. And 2, do you know how to set the remainder equal to 0, because that's what factor means. Now, this is where I'm a little bit concerned, because I feel like for many students, they may not know exactly what factor means. They may kind of misuse the word. You know how some people would say factor, but they actually mean expand. Okay, so I hope that we can reinvent the meaning of factor or factoring. And by reinventing, what I actually mean is bring back the very original understanding of factor meaning. Like, you know how, oh, what are the factors of 18? You know, oh yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, not 4. Crazy. I mean 6, and so forth, right? Oh. So yeah, so make sure you know factor means remainder is 0, 0. You know how to do synthetic. Make sure you are aware of the mistakes I said earlier. First, k plus 9 is k plus 9, right? They're adding together. When you multiply, make sure you distribute properly. Okay, sorry. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's it. Okay, that's it. I think there's one more example coming up, also about synthetic division. So stay tuned for the next example. Okay.